Today we will talk about the Horowitz trauma response theory. When we experience a traumatic event, it doesn't simply pass by, it leaves a mark on our psyche. Horowitz's theory explains how we gradually work through these experiences, either towards healing or, in some cases, prolonged distress. Horowitz outlines this process in 5 stages. The first stage, the outcry, is exactly what it sounds like. A moment of raw, unfiltered reaction to the traumatic event. This stage can be dramatic and visible, like crying or screaming, or more subdued, such as internal shock and disbelief. It's the initial response when the mind is confronted with an event that feels too big to handle. Moving from the outcry, individuals often enter a phase of denial or numbness. This is the mind's protective mechanism, a way to create distance from the overwhelming emotions associated with the trauma. People in this stage might seem detached or even unaware of the full impact of what has happened. It's not uncommon for this numbness to manifest as a temporary inability to feel, as if the person has gone into emotional shutdown. Next comes the stage of intrusion. At this point, the trauma begins to push itself into the person's awareness in ways that are often disruptive and distressing. Intrusive thoughts, flashbacks, or nightmares might occur, leaving the individual feeling as though they're reliving the event. This stage can be particularly difficult because it forces the person to confront the very thing their mind has been trying to avoid. The fourth stage, working through, represents a shift. Here, the individual starts to actively engage with the trauma, making sense of what happened and its impact on their life. It's a stage of grappling with emotions like grief, anger, or guilt, and beginning to reconstruct a narrative that incorporates the trauma into their overall life story. Finally, there's the completion stage. This is when the individual achieves a sense of resolution. The trauma no longer dominates their thoughts or emotions. Instead, it becomes a part of their lived experience, significant but no longer defining. While the scars of trauma may remain, they no longer hinder the person's ability to function or find joy in life. One of the key aspects of Horowitz's theory is that these stages aren't linear. People may move back and forth between them, revisiting earlier stages as new triggers or memories arise. Healing is often a cyclical and deeply personal process, shaped by individual resilience, external support, and the nature of the trauma itself.